Fuck me. That's what happens when you put. Ow. Think about your UK fans? I wouldn't even say that. Honestly, realistically, clocked it. It's also weird for you to be the first one here. I was just doing it earlier than usual. Also, glad it popped up on the thing, so I'm happy about that. But we're gonna wait until a few more people get in here. That's realistically all we're doing. I just thought it'd be better to do it earlier anyway. I felt bad because I did it pretty late last week, if I remember correctly. And I had no reason to be doing it that late, but I'm so stupid. But hopefully you're doing all right. Everything's been pretty chill. There's a few things I'm going to go over. That's why I'm going to mention it. But I'm going to wait until we get at least a good chunk of people in here before I start going over stuff. Usually within the first 5 minutes, we get a decent turnout. And then I come to the realization that I actually get better turnouts. I get better turnouts at night than I do during the day. The irony always will not persuade me. Elude me. The irony will always elude me. Because life isn't fair. I don't know who that is. I'm not accepting that. I don't trust these people. These people be trying to take my monies. I also got to delete something on the other channel too, but that's a whole nother thing. But hopefully everyone's doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, keeping their mind in check because this shit will ruin you. Because the system is not fair. Although I'm not going to get into that today. I don't really want to talk about that today. Oh, no. All right. So 6 viewers, 3 minutes, which is cool. Hey, what's up, Zachary? Yeah, I read the chapters. I already know about Noel. All you need is all you need is my presence, brother. Fucking clock. It's like I'm the only viewer you will ever need in your motherfucking life. So don't ever question my presence because I'm the one that brings everyone to you. Although clock, realistically, we need to get you more viewers anyway. So this is important anyway because you need more viewers. You putting out the quality content and no one gives a shit. They out here being disrespectful, clock. I don't like them putting that disrespect on your name. They gotta be giving you more than that. We'll give it about another minute, then we'll just like formally start. And whoever jumps in. Usually I start getting people later on anyway. I also think I may have started this too early because realistically, usually I have at least 10 viewers by now, but that tells me that like that's the trade-off. But realistically, it never hurts to start for other people. Red Dragon, you were not late. Literally, I haven't even been streaming for 10 minutes yet. You were not late to the party in any means at all. But thank you for coming anyway. We appreciate it. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. So yeah, we'll get started in just a sec. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So, yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. Welcome back to another Manic episode. So, due to recent events in the US, almost every major gaming related thing, and actually, I would think, in just in general, got stopped. So, like, there is literally nothing of note to talk about in terms of new information. Everything kind of got killed in terms of what is happening. Go, just go. I'm streaming. Just go. I started early, and more how even if things change, the more things stay the same. It always happens. It's 10 out of 10. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's fucking great. You realize I have no toilet paper left, right? Okay, of course you are. Don't bring it back right now. It's like when you want to rip the side of your fucking face off. Jesus Christ, I'll move one day and learn my fucking lesson. But not now. Not now, apparently. Everyone's licking shoes this week. Everyone's licking shoes? That's what you call that? Licking. We're not going to get into it. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world and a lot of shit. I don't want to spend too much time on it realistically because my opinions are somewhat different and controversial. All I'll say is at this point, I feel like that's what happened. Ironically, my sister hasn't done it in a while. The person who tends to do it the most in my room is my mother. That's like the first time in a while she's done it. So that's what the situation that. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. I say I acknowledge it. As a person of color, I recognize the pain and I recognize that there are some things I inherently disagree with on both sides of the coin, but I recognize why it started, and I agree that the situation that spurred all this on shouldn't have happened in the first place. And I'm going to leave it at that because realistically, everybody and their grandma talking about it. I don't even think you can go on YouTube on the trending page and not see a video on it. So there's no reason for me to then continue that shit on when there are hundreds upon hundreds of videos and tweets and comments you can look at. So we're gonna leave it at that because we're trying to keep things relatively light. It's Sunday. We're chilling. Let's just do that. So a couple of things I want to mention to you guys and talk about real quick. And some of this will probably have to be repeated due to me starting earlier and some people, but people can watch it on the playback. So first things first, if you look on my channel, I now have a join button, which is like, yay, we've made it in the world. We've gone up to the upper room. I don't know if anyone even remembers that reference, but if you don't worry about it. But yeah, so I have a join button on the channel now. And what I want to do, and just to give, I'm mentioning it because it exists and there's no point in not mentioning it. So I recently got that over the last few days. And what I've done is essentially I've tried to combine the Twitch and Patreon experience into one experience. And we'll see how people respond moving towards that. So I think right now, if you join the channel, you essentially get access to all the Patreon stuff, which means the copyrighted videos that I can't stream on YouTube because ShowPro is a piece of shit and they don't like certain reaction videos and footage and all that other stuff. So the page, and it also includes some of the older reviews that got taken down because they had clips in them. So if you want to join there, uh, well played, Clock. The Clock that knows his fucking references. Uh, but yeah, so you'll get all the Patreon content. I also added the emotes from Twitch. Not all of them, but some of them. Because realistically, I think I can't add more until I get more people joining the channel anyway. It's kind of like Twitch, where the more people who join Twitch, the more access to emotes I get in general. It's the same premise. But the point is, if you join the channel, you get access to those emotes now. I will be putting up posts and links to all the reaction videos that I've already put on the Patreon. So you'll get access to those. And the other good news, I believe, arguably this is cheaper. Like if you didn't want to subscribe to Twitch and you like if you're a YouTube person and you don't really like using Twitch, you can still use those emotes. And I need to come up with custom badges, but I have all the emotes I can do right now up there. So that's one thing. Um the irony is actually you would get access to certain emotes earlier because with Twitch is a tier system. So like tier one, tier two, tier three, and tier I think I have something in tier two, which is like $10 a month because that's just how Twitch does it. I don't dictate the prices for the emotes on Twitch tiers. Twitch does. Here, I think I have it as like $3.99, and then you can get access to all of them, which includes the emote that you would have to spend $10 on Twitch to get. So trying to make it appealing and like convenient. I also recognize this is a turbulent time, so I'm not expecting you, but I'm letting you know since the button's on the channel, that's something to look into. The second other bit of news related stuff and regarding the channel I want to talk about is the reality is this. YouTube, and I think you've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about it, the algorithm is a pretty much fucked a lot of channels. And because my channel, this channel, and the premium in the Game Manic channel were both what I would consider variety channels, where I mean, for God's sakes, for those who stuck with me with the longest, this channel started out with me reviewing chapters of Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. That was how this channel was created. This channel originally was a second channel where all I was doing was chapter reviews. And then I made it my main channel because I couldn't get monetized on the Game Manic channel because of the strike I had due to one of those videos I had did back in the day. Um, and then it went from the chat reviews to Pokemon episode reviews to anime reviews to societal discussions. I was literally doing everything and anything on this channel. And YouTube does not care about none of that shit. YouTube is very much of we're gonna put out we need specialized channels. They want channels that focus on one thing. That's actually why the anime channel I have actually does better than this channel in terms of like actual consistent growth. Here I've been stuck at 12,000 for a few years now. Um and so with that understanding that this channel has unfortunately just buried itself into this weird dead zone where it will never grow or change due to how it is. Also, what's up, Zachary? What's up, Type Sad? Um, if there was any year I could wait a few more weeks on news, this one was it. I'm 30 hours in on Xenoblade Grind. That's true. There's games that also came out, like the Borderlands collection, the Bioshock collection, the XCOM 2, and then Xenoblade, and then Shantae. So it's not like I'm starving for games, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind getting the news anyway. But considering everything that happened, I understand why we didn't get it. But yeah, so the other change with the channel is probably going to be is I'm going to see how things go for the next 10 episodes of this. The next 10 episodes of another Manic episode, then we'll hit episode 50. And episode 50 will probably be the husbando and waifu stream. So I'll be messaging people casually. I'll be messaging people in the Discord who wants to join that now in advance. Now, 10 episodes means 10 weeks. So this won't happen until like mid-August. But essentially, in 10 weeks after we do 50, we get to 50, I'm gonna open up a new channel that's gonna be strictly gaming. Obviously, I'm gonna see how the growth and change in this channel for the next 10 weeks are gonna be. But I think realistically, what's probably gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to make a specific gaming channel and just let this channel, like my first channel, kind of die in obscurity. Otherwise, I'm essentially in a channel that YouTube doesn't know how to promote or push, so they don't, and there is no growth or change. Because that kills motivation when you're kind of stuck in this dead zone where people are rocking with you, but like nobody else can see you. Um, and that's crazy to me. So realistically, that's probably what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for giving this channel probably another 10 weeks, which I believe is like 2.5 months. And after that, we'll have another Manic episode, season 2, which will start on the new channel, and that'll be like the main focus moving forward. I mean, I've been with this channel since 2011, so I've had this channel for almost 10 years. And I think realistically, I think just the variety of shit that's on here is the problem. So if that's the case, then we just restart from scratch. I don't want to stop making videos, but I also recognize the channel's unfortunately gotten dead due to its weird variety and YouTube not knowing how to promote it. I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but I did want to go ahead and mention it. So the join button, you can go ahead and do if you want to. Not required. I understand why you wouldn't. Just throwing it out there, it's there, and what you get with it, which is the Patreon content and the emotes. Thank you, Clocked It. I appreciate the support. So that's the main thing. Um, this channel, and I love this channel, and I love the name for it. But realistically, I think that's the problem: is that it's just too old and it has too much variety of stuff on it. It's not focused in a genre, so YouTube doesn't know or care. And I'm stuck in this dead zone where nothing really changes. And that's not to down you guys in terms of your support because it's been phenomenal. I appreciate it. But yeah. Thank you, Typeset. Also, realistically, if the join button stuff takes off, I would just get rid of the Patreon because the Patreon, although it's convenient, it doesn't really mean much because if I could just consolidate all that into one thing, it'd be easier. But we'll see what happens. So I figured I'd just throw it out there. So for those who watch it on the playback, they know. But I've already spent 15 minutes on that, and I did say this was going to be Q&A focused. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Q&A, and I'm also going to show off my Switch collection because why the fuck not? So let me do that. So I have a physical Switch collection, then I have a digital one. So just to give you context, I think these are all my physical Switch games, which the fucking lighting is fucking me up here. Yeah, that's the and what's up, anime rapper? Yeah, that's the main thing. So this is the collection we're gonna go through, and then I'll probably switch over to the Elgato so you could see like what is it? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. So you can see all the digital games I have, and then we're gonna answer questions in between. So let me queue up the first question while I go through the games. So let's see. Um, Also, Prince Revolver asked me a question last week and told me not to wait until next week to do it. But I think that was under the impression there was going to be an announcement this week. So I'm going to hold off on Prince Revolver's first question till later because I'm pretty sure the reason why he wanted me to answer it was because supposedly there may or may not be a Sega related uh, announcement. So we're going to ignore that one. So the first one will be if you could live in any Pokemon region, what region would it be and why? Which is hard because the first region, also Fire Emblem Warriors first game, is a good game. Kind of lacking in Fire Emblem. Like if you're a Fire Emblem hardcore fan from the beginning, it doesn't really do enough in that sense. But in terms of a Warriors game and in terms of like a Fire Emblem, like a Dynasty Warriors game, I don't have any problems with the game per se. More so with the character roster and the representation, which arguably is my issue with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Um, Neo has me beat because Neo just plays all has more shit. Also, like I said, I have a bunch of digital games. But yeah. So unfortunately, yes, type said YouTube only cares about money. Yeah, of course, it's about money. But as far as regions are concerned, as much as I like Gen 5, but Gen 5 unfortunately is America, and there's no point in jumping in a route. Actually, I think the region I would probably like the most, if I had to pick a region, part of me wants to say Gen 3 because of the variety in areas you can get into. My issue with Gen 4 is that it's all surrounding this big ass mountain that I can't fucking stand. So Mount Cornet is the only reason why I wouldn't want to deal with that shit. Um Gen 3, I like the whole land and sea. It actually feels like a legit adventure, like I'm crossing different land and areas to get places, and I would be in like completely different situations. It has a lot of variety to it. So Gen 3 would be one of my probably my main pick. Let's see. Gen 6 is kind of boring to me. Gen 7 would be another one. Gen 7 conceptually is very interesting to live on an islander kind of thing. So probably Gen 3, Gen 7. Uh Gen 1 and 2 don't have a lot for me interesting wise. They're all kind of it's kind of basic, but that's just the nature of being the first generation games. Gen 8 is also would be another one. So probably Gen 3, 7, and 8. Those are like my three main ones I'm interested in. So that's Fire Emblem Awakening. Next up, Super Mario Odyssey. This is beat. Um, Good game. Probably my second or third 3D Mario game I've actually beaten. I actually would still argue I prefer 3D World to this. Although I love what they did with the characters, and I love the originality in this game. Is more so than I like overly playing it all the time. Like I would probably go back to 3D World before I go back to this. But I do think this is a really good game and a really fun game. Um, I gotta find a place to put the other stack. I might put them right here and see what happens. Next up, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is a really fun strategy game. I didn't get the DLC personally because I had my fill of it, but it's definitely a really fun strategy game. I actually was I would not I would buy a sequel to this because I liked how the game played. I had a lot of fun with the game. Um, Splatoon 2, which is unfortunately a game that Splatoon 2 is a game, unfortunately, that suffers from sequelitis for me, where like it's kind of the same as the first game. Not saying it's not still fun, but I think a lot of you know, and I think some of you might be in the same boat. I definitely don't play this as much as I used to. Like this is like first year Switch stuff. First, maybe second year, and then that was it. Uh, and then we'll pause on after this one. Arms, still one of my favorite games on the console. I think it's really good. I think it's really underrated. I love this shit. The haunted area is like the second to last area, if I remember right. Because you probably clocked it. If you got to the haunted area, that means you beat that means you just got Yoshi, which I think is one of the last characters you get. So I think you're in the second to last area. And the last area isn't that long, mind you. Arms is really fucking fun. I love this game. I love this game to death. And can't wait to see which Smash representative we get. Please let it be Min Min. I am Team Min Min for that. God give me Min Min. Kingdom Battle single would be great. Prefer Ubisoft did games like that unless Assassin's Creed. Yep. Also, what's up, Harriot? Side note, Harriot won the raffle last week, so he has Resident Evil 3 remake, and he showed me a picture, so he did get it. So I'm glad for that. Also, here's the irony of that situation though. He won Resident Evil 3 as a giveaway from me, and then literally this weekend, Resident Evil 3 remake went on sale. And I was like, fuck. But hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It just made me mad a little bit. It just made me mad. Let's go to another question. Let's see. Oh, from the lazy one. I like how a lot of these are Pokemon related. Which Pokemon would you want to see evolve? His personal ones are Heracross, Manectric, Houndoom, and lastly Furret because it looks so damn cute, and Primate because Pokemon needs some love, no cap. I'll tell you right now, I co-sign on Primate and Heracross specifically. Pokemon I would like to see evolve. I'm trying to think of ones that don't have evolution. Jinx, I totally be down for a Jinx evolution from Gen 1. Gen 2, I'm going through my brain of who I wouldn't mind getting an evolution in Gen 2. Stantler, I think I wouldn't mind getting an evolution from Stantler or Sudowoodo, actually. Sudowoodo or Stantler. Although in some ways I look at Trevenant as like the low-key evolution of Sudowoodo. I know it's not the exact same thing, but I like those two. So probably like Trevenant and Stantler. Ledian's another one because I love that evolutionary line, but it sucks in terms of gameplay. Ledian is just a bad bug. And it makes me mad considering like Gen 5 went through out of its way to push up bug types, and Ledian got screwed anyway. I was like, fuck, man. I like Ledian a lot. It doesn't get Gen 3. I'm going through it. Oh, what happened? Okay, internet, you want to be weird all of a sudden, dropped out. It was weird. Okay. Is this what is happening? Is the stream still going? It's like glitched the fuck out for me, which is a whole nother problem. I'm thinking it's still going. Knowing my luck, the internet will drop out and screw me. But right now the internet's up, so I'm gonna assume everything's cool. Trying to think Gen 3. Spin is one. Torkoal is another one I would be totally cool with. Uh, who else? I play. I waited 2 years for Mirror Nikki Rita to get dubbed, and then watched it sub, and then the dub get announced 3 years later. Fuck. I can understand that. All right. Also, what's up, Calming Waves? I don't know if I've seen you in here often, but thank you for showing up regardless. Also, I'm glad the stream is still good. It's telling me video output low, but it's still going, so we're good. I'm trying to think. Gen 3, Torkoal. Ooh, it's hard. I'm kind of going through my brain. Swallow, I wouldn't mind getting another evolutionary line. I like Swallow a lot, but I wouldn't mind seeing it get another one. They already did stuff for Duskull and the Bennett line. Uh, Relicanth, I wouldn't mind. I think Milotic, I wouldn't mind actually either. And then I'm trying to go through each gen to give them proper representation. Um, what else? What else? Gen 4. Gen 4 has a bunch of evolutions in it anyway. So I don't think there's really anything in there that needs an evolution. Gen 5. Oh my god, Sorosan, you crazy man. Thank you for the donation, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ. You know what fucking moderation is, you madman? Christ. Trying to think Gen 5. What is it? What's even in Gen 5 that I could do? I actually think I think all the monkey lines need another evolution. So a lot of the monkey lines I think need another evolution. Which is Pansage, Pansage, Panpour, and Panseer. I think they need like a third form instead of their second forms. What else? As the gens went on, they got better about evolution, so I didn't really need. I think that's enough for now. Hey man, he just likes to show off. So let's show off some more games actually. Bomberman R, probably the best Konami game made in years. That's not saying a lot. I think this is a fun game. It suffers because it definitely is a budget title, but I still think it's a fun game in its own right. It definitely would do better if it had like some real money behind it, but I still think it's a pretty good game. I liked it. It's also a launch title game, so that's another thing. This is one I haven't really played much of. I'll be real with you, which is Battle Chasers Night War. I started it and have literally not played barely any of it, and it's a problem. I know. I need to finish it. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still sorry. This just came out, so I don't even. There's not a lot to say. This just came out, and I haven't started it yet because I'm still playing Shantae right now. So this has been kind of on the back burner because I'm playing Shantae, but I want to get to it, and I did play the first few hours of the original, so it's on the list. I just I need time, bro. Um, Luigi's Mansion 3, fucking go. This game is a lot better than I expected it to be. The game is absolutely gorgeous. It's fun. Some of the puzzles I would view are legitimately hard. And it has a lot of charming character to it. It's a good ass game. I don't know how else to describe it. And then let's see. How many games? And then I'll do two more and then jump for the next questions. Pokemon Sword. What's up, AJT? Pokemon Sword. This game has a lot of controversy to it, but I still enjoy it a lot. I like the characters a lot. I like the region. It just suffers from linear ass level design. I think that's like one of my most offensive things. I could probably forgive everything else if it wasn't for that fucking level design. But it's still fun. I still enjoy the game, and I still have a ridiculous amount of hours in it. But I recognize that is a problem. And then last game, which is funny to end on this one, but on this section, but yeah. Bayonetta 2. I'm not really gonna say a lot because Bayonetta 2 is great. and it's a great game, and it plays better on Switch because of higher frame rates and stuff. It's a port. It's a port I own. I bought it. I have no regrets. I played the first one over again already, and that one was pretty fun. That one I appreciate more, and now and I'm gonna replay the second one later. But yeah. Also, what's up, Julian? All right, let's pick another fucking question. What was the one I just answered? Where is it? Oh, the lazy one. Okay, I answered that one. Red Dragon. Any updates for your anime collection or manga collection lately? Not really. Only because here's the main thing. Here's the main reason why I haven't really updated the manga and anime collection. It's not for a lack of interest. It's more of a well, let me rephrase that. Part of it is a lack of interest because I haven't been watching a lot of new shows. The second problem is that literally this room has no more space. Like I have a fucking all right, just to give you I don't think I have anything. No, I have nothing over there incriminating, but just to give you context, I have a dresser over there, then I have a dresser over there. And both of those dressers are full of fucking anime, manga, and video games. Now, obviously, I have clothes, but the point I'm making is that like all of that shit, all these dressers are full. I hell right here, which you can't see it, but right here where the lunchbox and the bag are at, there's a stand and there's fucking games and anime in there too. I've literally just run out of space. I literally have just run out of motherfucking space. So that's part of the reason. That's probably the main reason. The main reason why I don't have it is literally because I just don't have space to add more shit in. So that's the reason why you haven't seen I haven't bought a lot in my collection lately. If anything, I've gotten rid of certain things because I'm not gonna collect them anymore. Primarily a few manga series and a few anime series I have no interest in finishing. And I haven't done that. Wow. I still have like the Tingo Tinge ones I want to get rid of because I'm not going to finish that one. But yeah, so that's the main reason why there isn't any updates to the anime and manga collection. And then Red Dragon also asks me, will I ever read the Snafu light novels when the anime ends? Survey says probably not, but it also depends on how the anime ends. Depends on how the anime goes. Just will dictate how if I read the light novels. I've already skimmed through the light novels casually anyway, so I may go ahead and skim through it. I haven't really decided yet, but since the anime is coming back in July, I'll wait until the anime finishes and then make a decision. So yeah, and then we'll answer one more small question before jumping into it. Deku asks, "What's the normal day for you?" It depends if it's a work week or not. But if it's a work week, I would get up in the morning, do work for 8 hours, then come home, and then depending on the day of the week, if it's Monday, I'm doing the Juices Loose podcast in like 2 hours after I get off from work. We'll do that for 2 hours. Usually we finish that around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If I'm feeling up to it, I'll then go and do the Pokemon podcast with KG and them, which is another 2 hours, and then my day is gone. That's my whole fucking day on a work day. Tuesday is a similar vein because it's a work day, other than we're not doing Juices Loose. So I have like 4 hours of chilling until about 10 o'clock where we record stuff for Tyrone's channel. Wednesday usually is a chill / gaming day. Thursday is a little bit of the same thing, except I might watch Twitch streams. Friday, also, if I don't want to go to the gym on the weekend, I'll go ahead and go in the gym during the week. So, like Wednesday, for example, if I'm up to it, I'll go ahead and just go to the gym that during Wednesday and then skip Friday and then go to the gym Saturday and Sunday. On the weekends, you kind of already know what my schedule is. I'm kind of chilling, gaming, being productive, making videos, something along those lines. Then going to the gym, and then I stream Final Fantasy on Saturdays. Sundays is probably the most busiest day for me, where I'm doing this, and then I'm doing a Pokemon episode review, which I got to do in the day, and then I'm getting ready for work, which is tomorrow, and then I'm also going to the gym at some point today after I finish this. And then I also got my clothes like washing and all that other stuff. My days aren't overly complicated right now. They will be when I decide to like move and shit. But for right now, everything's pretty chill. So let me get rid of that one. Let's go through some more collection games. Also, what's up, DJ? What's up, Twin Daggers? Let's see. Yeah, I only play I played Bayonetta 2 on Wii U first. Next one, Astral Chain. So here's the deal with Astral Chain. Astral Chain came out, and I got distracted between Fire Emblem and Marvel and Dragon Quest and Pokemon that came out later, and I never got a chance to go back to this one. The good news is I recently have been playing it within like the last week or so to get back into the game. And then of course, Shantae and Xenoblade come out that fucked all that up. From the first few chapters, it is fun. It is kind of a difficult to master kind of game, but it is fun and I enjoy it. But I only got like maybe 5 to 10 hours into it, if that. So slow burn, but I'm working my way through it. I'm working my way through it. Damn, Retro. Y'all so disrespectful. Don't y'all get into fights on this bitch. We're hardly professionals as it is, all right? I don't need anything else. Oh, Switch droughts. Chill out. Next up is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. I never played this game originally. This was the first Tales game I've actually played and beaten. It's a fun game. I know this game is highly revered and everyone loves it. It's not necessarily like my kind of game inherently, but I had fun while playing it. But it definitely is like one of those games that like I beat the main story and I was good. Versus like Xenoblade 2, where I beat the main story and then continued to play it for like another 300 and some hours. Because I have a fucking problem. And I bought the DLC for it. That was the other thing. Fire Emblem Three Houses. There's not a lot to say about this one because I've only done. I'm all right. So here's the thing. I'm in the process of doing 2 paths right now, but I've only finished one, which is I finished Elderguard. I finished the Black Eagles. I'm in the beginning of the Golden Deer, and I'm towards the end of Rhea's Pathway. Really fun game, but it's not my favorite modern Fire Emblem game. My favorite modern Fire Emblem game as of now is still Fates, personally. But this is a really fun game, and I enjoy the hell out of it. Funny enough, Vesperia is the only Tales game I haven't played because it was an Xbox exclusive last generation. Yeah, I heard that, which is probably the reason why I would have never played it either, because I don't fucking own an Xbox. I have no intention to. Sorry, Juice. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I don't really need to say much about this. Fucking Smash. It's Smash. Although I will say this kind of suffers some sequelitis too, in the sense that like if you played 4 pretty religiously, Ultimate unfortunately kind of hits that line of like I just played it a lot, and so I don't play it nowhere frequently as much as I played 4. Also because the Wii U barely had any like main games to fucking deviate my attention. Not that I wasn't playing other things though. I mean, I was still playing Splatoon pretty religiously. I was playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Bayonetta and Star Fox and Fatal Frame. I had other games, but Smash was just more consistent during the Wii U days than Ultimate is during the Switch days because I have so many other games to play. Also, Life. And then last one. Whoa, is that gonna be the last one for that chunk? Let's see. I'll do 2 more. Uh, World Ends With You. This is still one of the greatest DS games ever made. It doesn't play as well on Switch due to just that control. This is one of those games that literally I think you cannot do on anything other than a DS. Like, and it's still, I mean, granted, this is the closest you'll get. It's still a fun game and I like it, but man, that DS control scheme was just fucking perfect. That's just a thing. Oh, Retro, chill the fuck out, you reckless man, you. And then to end off that section, this next section is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This right now is my favorite game on Switch. There is no comparison with any other game for me. This is my favorite Switch game. This is like top 5 RPGs of all time for me right now. Like dead ass. I love this game to death. I've talked about this game at length multiple times, so I won't go into too much detail. But I fucking love this title. Love it to death, yo. Let's do some more questions. Let's see. Sora-san, when are we doing the waifu stream? You may have missed it because I mentioned it early, so I'll go ahead and mention it again. The waifu stream will probably happen on episode 50 of the podcast. So I'll be recruiting and mentioning it to people within the next 10 weeks. That we'll probably do it around episode 50 of the podcast. That also is going to dictate when I start switching. What's up, Jazz? And it's also going to dictate when I start switching channels because, like I said before, YouTube I think doesn't know how to classify this channel anymore. So after episode 50 of the podcast, I'll probably switch channels. But I want to end the season 1 of another Manic episode with a bang. So the waifu stream will be on this channel. That'll be like the last major video. So yeah, that's when the waifu stream will happen. Episode 50. So if you're interested in being in the waifu stream, get on the Discord and message me in advance so I know. You got 10 weeks anyway, but just so I know in advance. And then we got to like schedule the day in which to do it. And then what are your thoughts on the recent news regarding the Pokemon DLC? Well, the DLC comes out on the 17th, which is the day after my birthday, which I'm a little happy about that. The DLC, I mean, the first part is like battle oriented. So as long as it's something like the Battle Tower or the Battle Tree or like the Battle Frontier, I'm Gucci with it. The second part is the exploration part, which is the part I'm more concerned about. I'm more concerned about them doing the exploration focused DLC than I am about the battle DLC. Because the battle DLC, you don't have to do anything crazy for. Just have trainers and battles. I hope we get to fight previous gym leaders or maybe up and coming gym leaders. Like something kind of like Black and White's 2. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, but I would love to. But yeah, I'm not that worried about the June DLC. I'm more worried about the fall DLC. Because I want exploration in my Pokemon games, and that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me the most. But we'll see. We'll see moving forward, and we don't have that much. We only have like 10 days before the Pokemon Part 1 DLC comes out, so we'll see what happens. Also reading the comments, Xenoblade might not be my favorite Xeno, but it's still great. Yo, seeing how Xenoblade became a popular Nintendo RPG series, do you think Last Story and Pandora's Tower will gain that popularity? If they get ported, maybe. If they get ported. Also, I've heard varying opinions on. I want to say it's Pandora's Tower is the one I've heard varying opinions on. Some people love Pandora's Tower, some people can't fucking stand it. I think Last Story is like objectively considered like a great game, but Pandora's Tower I've heard varying opinions on. Retro Death knows what's up. Bad latency, you prefer Xenoblade 1, but it's still greatness. They're fine. I need to play Xenoblade 1, and we'll see how I feel after I finish Xenoblade 1. I completed Xenoblade and the Last Story almost back to back when they released, and at the time I remember saying to myself, Last Story was the better game. I might replay and see how I feel now. That's what I'm saying. I've heard more objectively great things about Last Story overall. Xenoblade, all I ever hear about is how great the story is for Xenoblade. No one talks about the gameplay of Xenoblade, which is interesting to me. But I remember when Shokyo was talking about it. Everyone who talks about Xenoblade 1 always talks about the story. And I would say most people don't talk about the fucking gameplay. Most people actually, I think I've heard from most Xeno fans say that Xenoblade 1 has the most archaic gameplay between the three, which makes sense. It's the first game, but still. The Xeno series is legendary. The only small stumble was X because the story isn't on the level of 1 and 2. That's agreeable. That's very true. The X's problem is that X has a lot. And which is funny because I would still say X has some of the best side quests in the series. Like I would almost bet money X has like the best side quests. But part of the reason why X's side quests are so good is because it's shit that should have been in the main game. I think so. I'm conflicted when I say that, but god damn it, like some of the side quests in X are just god tier to me because they all like it has like these cool interweaving stories and shit. But man, I can't stand fucking X's main story has so much to be desired and it pisses me off. Also, I'd be lying to saying if I don't prefer the anime aesthetic over the weird PlayStation 1 feel models that X has. Um Thank you for the early birthday wishes type sad. I haven't even played Pandora's Tower. That's another game I would like to get ported just so I have a chance to play it. Primarily because I don't want to dig out the Wii and do all that shit. Which is funny because I dug out the Wii recently, but I would still have to hook it up, and I don't know if I want to go through all that. The gameplay mechanics are best in Torna. Torna, it's weird because Torna and 2 have different systems, and I like them for different reasons. I probably would say I still prefer 2's, although I admit that Torna's is faster. Torna has a faster gameplay loop than 2's because 2's is slower. But I actually like 2's more because it's slower. But I can understand someone saying Torna they prefer Torna, but I prefer 2's. I'll just say that. So yeah, sorry I kind of went off the deep end with the question. So let me delete Sorasans. What else am I missing? Oh, here we go. The real Condoriano. Why do you think certain Nintendo games like Pokemon and Fire Emblem haven't gotten the same treatment regards to beautiful graphics as Zelda, Mario, Luigi's Mansion, and Xenoblade? Is it just Nintendo not giving these guys enough time? Pokemon is a issue of it being a high. Uh, I wasn't planning on streaming Shantae. If I do stream Shantae, it'll be after I beat the main game once, and then I'll stream like my second or my hero playthrough. But like the main game, I want to play by myself, and then the second one I might stream later. Um, but as far as why I don't think Pokemon and Fire Emblem have gotten the same beautiful graphics treatment, realistically, part of that is just art style choice. It's not even like a money situation or time. Pokemon, I think, is partially time because Pokemon, unfortunately, being such a huge media franchise, the games tie a lot of shit together. Like the games tie in the merch and the anime and the fucking the trading card game and like the plushies and shit. It's like so with Pokemon, I think it is an issue of time. With Fire Emblem, I think it literally was just that was the art style they weren't going for. Also, because Fire Emblem, I would argue, is more graphic intensive in certain ways. Um, but part of me thinks it's just art style. Part of me thinks it's art style. I don't think it's that they're not giving them enough time. I think it's just literally choice in art style. It also depends on the developer. Intelligent systems just may not care as much about that kind of stuff. Granted, I already said it. My favorite art style of the modern Fire Emblem games I think the best compromise was Echo's art style, but I still fuck with Awakening and Fates' art style a lot. I actually would say of the modern games, uh Three Houses has my least favorite art style. And then favorite season of the Pokemon anime, probably Hoenn. Hoenn is my favorite region of the anime. If I had to pick a season, it's probably Battle Frontier. Battle Frontier, which is great to me. Not saying I don't like the main like traveling to get the gym badges in Hoenn, but like Battle Frontier is such a love letter season for me, so I love it to death. Um, so yeah, those are my main things with that. So I'll delete those too, and that's go. Let's finish up all the physical games in the collection. So Doom 2016. Uh, Terrell doesn't like feet. If you're a 3DS Fire Emblem player, that's the only way you'll get that joke. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. I played 3DS Fire Emblem, so I know. Clocknet is a funny guy. Doom 2016. I haven't played. I've played a good chunk of it, but I'm stuck at a certain section, and it's kind of impeded my progress. Not heated. What's the word I'm looking for? Impeded my progress. It's very high rush and high octane. So yeah. Also, let me read the chat real quick. Malik JC, I'm willing to bet that just being in Smash helps Xenoblade popularity. That and technically being the Switch 2017 holiday title. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can agree with that. Are you gonna be streaming? Oh, wait, I already read that one. The story and voice acting direction in Xenoblade is absolutely legendary, though. Yeah, for different reasons. The first one I think is because it's good. The second one because it's somewhat good with a lot of meme shit. Also, you think you can take me? Don't forget me. Think you can take me? Don't forget me. You're done. You're done. You're done. Oh shit. You're done. Think you can take me? Don't forget me. I love that. Xenoblade 2 will always be legendary in terms of voice acting, literally for those lines. And probably Rex screaming, going, ah. The screams aren't that good. I can agree with that. I like Rex's voice. I just don't like him screaming. That's my problem with Rex. But the fucking think you can take me, don't forget me. That shit's god tier. That shit is god tier. That's funny as fuck to me. I think that was all the main things. So, all right, real quick. This game, SNK Heroines, wish the frame rate was better and wish more people played it, but they didn't. So, yeah. Yeah. I like this game. But man, I wish it played better on Switch. That's all I'll say. Um, Dragon Ball Fighters. This is another game I have that's fun to play, but I just haven't put a lot of time into it. I have a decent number of time into it, just not as much as I would like to. But it's because everything else came out and things got hard to deal with. Good game though. Also, hashtag too many Gokus. Too many motherfucking Goku. Oh, Jesus. And then last physical game, Octopath Traveler, which you can get on Stadia now. I'm going to stop. Octopath Traveler is really fun. I think I did everything in that game. I don't think I beat the main boss, like the final boss. I beat all the stories and did some of the super bosses, but I don't think I did all the super bosses. No, I did all the super bosses, but I didn't do the final boss or the true boss. I think that's the last thing I haven't done. Which I do kind of want to go back and do. It's just time. It's always fucking time when it comes to this shit. Why is it always time? Because everything's a fucking travesty. That's why. Okay. Toriyama keeps making new Goku forms, so blame him. I will say the English voice acting is part of the charm. And now I'll show you the digital games real quick. But I don't remember which one it is, but we're gonna hope it's this one. That was not it. Don't ask questions. All right, so let's go through the digital titles real quick, just so we have, so I have them on here, and then we'll finish up the questions and then get out of here. So digitally, let's do. So digitally, Dragon Quest 11, which I have a bad amount of hours in actually. If you want to check how many fucking hours I have 180 in Sword, and I have fucking where is it? I have 130 fucking 5 hours in Dragon Quest. Yeah, basta. I was working on some transitions that I still need to work on, but that was a work in progress. But yeah, fucking. So yeah, Dragon Quest 11 I have 135 hours in. Astral Train I don't have a lot of hours in. Like I said, that's a work in progress. Shit. All right. So, anyways, Dragon Quest 11, really good RPG, really fun. Man, it just struggles real. The struggle was real finishing this game. This was a lot of the reason why I didn't play a lot of stuff in the latter half of last year, but I got it done and it's done. I beat the main story. I haven't like 100%ed it, but like As far as Dragon Quest is concerned, I did like the main story and I did the post game, so I beat the super boss. Other digital game, Valkyria Chronicles 4. This is a really fun fucking game. You know I don't have it on a crossing, Retro. Don't ask me questions, all right? Valkyria Chronicles 4. This was a really fun game. I had way more fun with this game than I thought I was going to. And I want to play the first one. I need to go back and play the first one. I heard the second and third ones are not traditional Valkyria Chronicles games, but the fourth one's really fun, and I want to go back and play the first one. Breath of the Wild was the other digital game I have that I haven't mentioned. You get the impression. What gave the impression? What could have possibly tipped you off that I like Japanese titles? That sounds like blasphemy. Lord Almighty. Yeah, Zelda's the other digital title I got. This is my first digital game. I got this. I didn't want to get the physical copy, so I went ahead and pre-downloaded Zelda. So I have Zelda as my physical game, as my digital game. Cuphead. This shit is great. Fucking love this game. This game is great. Absolutely great. Bloodstain, still need to finish. I think I'm on the final boss of Bloodstain, and literally it's just a matter of the Switch playing well enough for me to kill it, for me to like do it. Also, I think this thing has updates. It did have an update. I knew it had a fucking update. I remember it getting an update and me not doing it. So it's going to be updating in the background. I like this game. It just fucking, man, the Switch port of it's rough. Then you got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. This was fun, and there's a lot of fucking digital. I mean, there's a lot of DLC for it that I didn't get to play. Oh, 1 and 4 are in the same timeline. Okay. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is a really good game too. I like playing the main story of it. I just didn't get the DLC for it, but it's not that it's a bad game. Just I didn't get it. Final Fantasy 7, I'm streaming that, so that's the situation with that. Like the game, just streaming it. Mega Man 11, Rocket League, which I need to delete realistically. I haven't played it since juicing them, and I don't have that much of a desire to play it by myself. Mega Man 11, stream that game too. Game was rough. I beat it. I fucking beat it. Uno, I play that with friends. That's realistically the only reason why I have it. Sonic Mania, I'm a Sonic fan. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. Also, if you're curious where Forces is at, I do own Forces. I just own it on PlayStation 4. But I do own Forces. So Sonic Mania, really great. Love Letter, fucking great. I didn't get Plus, but I do have Mania. Have Genie Hero. I play every Shantae game. This isn't even be a question. Although I will say, what's the other one? Where are you, other Shantae? Oh, here you are. Seven Sirens, I think, was going to turn out being better than Half Genie Hero. I'll say that right now. And then I've mentioned this already. I played Bayonetta first. I actually have already. It took me 10 hours to beat the main game of Bayonetta now, which is crazy because it took me like 15 or 20, I think, originally. But I can blitz to this game now. I can play this game literally in like 3 sittings. 2 if I'm being reckless. It's a fun game. Seven Sirens, I'm in the middle of playing that. Peach Ball, I have no regrets, is all I'm gonna say about that one. River City Girls, I played a few hours of this one. It is harder than I expected it to be. So much harder. As much as I waited for this game to come out and then I didn't play much of it. Did Mega make you cry? It did not make me cry. But some nights were just better than others. That's all I'll say about that, buddy. Power Warriors 3. I don't know why I bought this in retrospect because I didn't need it. And then 4 is out. I don't know why. I think I bought it because it was on sale and I barely played it. Curse of the Moon Kickstarter thing. So I think I'm at the last stage of Curse of the Moon. I'm a man of culture. This man bought Bravely 2 a year in advance. I did not buy Bravely 2 a year in advance. Not saying I'm not going to get Bravely 2, but I did not buy Bravely 2 a year in advance. Battle Chasers, Ukulele, Kickstarter, Tetris. Blaster Master Zero, played some of that. That's fun. Bayonetta 2's on the list. Pretty much all these ones with the bombs are on the list. Oh no, this is the demo. That's what you meant. This is the demo. What's up, Prince Revolver? Technically I've been live for like almost an hour now, Prince. You're just late because I was early. Bayonetta, I already told you that's on the list. That's on the list. These are games I haven't put any hours into. So I bought these because they were on sale. I didn't buy two because everyone told me two sucks. But I want to get into these series. It's to me, it's like why play Bayonetta and then not give Devil May Cry a chance, especially since it's on the system. And I know 3 is like really good for the Switch. Haven't even played the demo yet, by the way. Need to, but I haven't played it. Ori is another one on the list. Disgaea 5 was something I bought way early in the Switch's lifespan and just never fucking played it. I don't know why. See, that's YouTube being a piece of shit. And then Knights of Azure. This one's kind of dumb. So I have Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon. Here's the kicker. I also have this. I have this on PlayStation 4. This isn't even the game. What this is the fucking Switch exclusive DLC. I went and bought the Switch exclusive DLC. No, it was free. I'm lying. It was free DLC that came out early, and I didn't want to lose it, so I downloaded the DLC before it went off of being free, and then never bought the actual game on Switch. I had the game on PlayStation 4, and I beat the game on PlayStation 4. One of the endings, anyway. I have to do the other ones, but I beat the game on PlayStation 4. So I literally just have this game. I have the DLC of this game on here for no other reason. For no other reason than why not? I almost want to buy it and do a playthrough of it just because I went out of the way to get the free DLC for it. I might as well get the game and do it. How much is it on the eShop right now? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to eShop. I don't think the eShop shows anything incriminating, but let's see. No, it doesn't. How much is it though? I can't see. I literally can't even see how much the fucking thing is, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, they're like the free thing is there, but I can't. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, $60. Fucking ridiculous. If that goes on sale one of these days, I might get it, but not now. But yeah. So that is my entire Switch collection. God damn it! I need to do more with that. By the way, I'm planning to at some point, just not now. Anyways, so that's the entirety of my Switch collection, and then I'll finish up the questions. I haven't played another Disgaea since the first game on PlayStation 2. There's some deep RPG right there. Blew my mind. I've heard good things about it, just literally haven't fucking finished it. So let's see what the other questions were. Oh, do you think it's time for Kingdom Hearts to end? I haven't played all the games, but they take forever to come out. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is a game series that doesn't. Here's my thing. Kingdom Hearts should be like Yu-Gi-Oh. When I say, let's see, you think when I say that Kingdom Hearts should be like Yu-Gi-Oh. When I say that, I mean like the anime, in the sense that the anime has arcs that focus on different main protagonists. That's what Kingdom Hearts should be. Kingdom Hearts should have its Sora arc and then switch to another character, then switch to another character. If Kingdom Hearts is going to keep going, that's the way they should do it. Does it need to end? The only reason why I'm more jaded about it now is because 3 was so disappointing. But the story itself has been so convoluted at this point. I can understand why people are feeling that way. It's not like I'm against playing Kingdom Hearts. I just need Kingdom Hearts to change. That's my main thing. I want Kingdom Hearts to change the way its games are structured. Because I think it's a series that has longevity. I'm just saying, I just wish that's what it would do. Friends, you can ask a couple more questions. I'm gonna try to finish these other ones that are in here anyway. Also, I didn't answer, but real quick, actually, since you're here, should I answer the Sonic related question one or wait? Because when it made it sound like when you asked it that you were alluding to something happening. So one of the reasons why I didn't answer the question was because I thought maybe there was supposed to be an announcement and that you wanted me to wait. But I don't know if you wanted me to answer the Sonic Adventure ones. So you can let me know once you hear this through the lag of YouTube. Twitch has less lag than this. Fuck. So let's go through a few more questions. Have you ever had any pets? No, my sister had a rabbit. That was the closest thing to us having a pet was. Do you still play your 3DS? No. Was YouTube easier for you in the past or is it easier now? Easier in the past. Easier in the past for multiple reasons. One, the drive was higher. The drive was higher due to me not knowing the system, so I was kind of grinding. I appreciated the grind I had to go through. I didn't have to fight the algorithm every other fucking video, and yeah, and I just had more motivation. Like the whole experience to me was better early on than later. Even with the DLC, will there be a third sequel version of Sword and Shield? I hope not. I hope there's not another version of Sword and Shield. Unless it's like a complete edition that includes the DLC, fine. But in terms of like a third game, hell no, I don't need it. Or a second game, I don't need it. Do you think a Pokemon with a 4-stage evolution would be too much? Do I think will a 4-stage evolution be too much? If you don't count Mega Evolution as an evolution, technically we already have 4 stages. If you include Mega Evolutions. It has the potential to be too much. I think it should only happen to Pokemon who have bad 3-stage evolutions. Like a Pokemon that is consistently bad through all its evolutions. Those I'm fine with getting a 4th stage. As long as the Pokemon is made good. It doesn't have to be fucking broken, but good. A 4-stage evolution and concept isn't bad, it's more so how it gets used in gameplay. What has happened with some of the people you went to school with? Anyone famous? I don't really keep in touch with most of the people from school unless on Facebook is like the closest thing. I've run into a few people. The last few people I ran into were finishing up college. Some people have moved, some people have gotten married. Nothing overly interesting. They've all just kind of gone and lived their lives. Kyrie needs her own fucking series just because Kyrie needs a series to be good in. Because it's not happening in the main series. What Pokemon would you like to see Ash get? If we're talking about in Journeys / 2019 series, he already has what electric, ghost poison, dragon, fighting, still fighting, I'll say for Lucario, and then I don't know if they count Mr. Mime. I wouldn't mind him having a psychic type, even if it's not Mr. Mime. I would prefer for him to get like Mr. Rhyme, actually. Mr. Rhyme would be an interesting choice for him. Because he doesn't have a lot of ice / psychic representation, especially a lot of psychic representation. And then what else? He also needs some Galarmons. I also would like to see him with he has Gengar. Fuck, he has Gengar. Can't get another ghost. I'm thinking of his Galar. He's probably going to get Grookey. If he gets Grookey, I'm good with that because he needs a grass type. And then his final mon, I want to be. I actually wouldn't mind him getting a Hatterena. So Hatterena and Grookey. And the Grookey line. The Rillaboom. So Rillaboom and Hatterena. Those would be the other two I want him to get for his main team. Also, because I don't think he's had a fairy type yet either. So yeah, that's the other thing. So that's all of Melvin's first batch of questions. Holy shit. Also, you said I can go ahead and answer the Sonic question. What is your thoughts on Sonic Adventures 1 and 2? 1 is fun, although janky as hell. In the sense that, like, Sonic Adventure 1, the best storylines are Sonic and Tails for the most part. Knuckles is okay, but it's not really fun on repeat playthroughs. Biggs is Biggs. E102s isn't bad, mind you. It's just different. I actually like E102s is one of the few new characters I like his storyline for the most part. And then Amy's has the potential to be better than what it is, and that's what bothers me. But I also like the fact that E102s and or is it E101s? No, I think it's E102s, but if it's E101 or E102s, and Amy's story is interconnected. I appreciate that. I appreciate that certain stories are interconnected. I like a lot of things. I like a lot of ideas in Sonic Adventure. I just don't think the execution was great. That's my main thing with that. We're not gonna see Ash's father. I tell you that right now. Um, Sonic Adventure 2, I think, is more focused. And it ends up being a better game by result. Although I would argue I'm still not a huge fan. The mech sections aren't bad. I want more. It's my issue. There are better things you could have done with Tails. It felt like you nerfed Tails to fit in with the Eggman play style, and I'm like, bro, Tails is better than that. Especially from Sonic Adventure 1, it feels like you downgraded Tails, which pisses me off. Knuckles and Rouge, I think their sections got worse because you could only find one radar at a time. Like, if I remember right, in 2, you can only find one emerald at a time, whereas in 1, you could find them as long as they would all light up on the radar if you were near them. Versus like these are like locked off per emerald, which makes less fucking sense since the radar is a representation of like their senses, their ability to sense the emerald. So it's fucking dumb. I think objectively, I probably like 2. Oh, that's hard. I think I like 2 more because 1 has a bunch of bullshit in it and I don't want to deal with. I still like 1, but man, the bullshit you have to deal with in 1 is dumb. Pretty much the Amy sections are rough. The worst sections are Biggs. I think Biggs is the worst section in the game. And it's not even terrible, because you only got to do a couple of levels. It's just the tedium of doing it. I think I think the game, I think, and that, and because some of these, to get to certain parts of the map, you got to do dumb and ridiculous shit. Like jump, like when you to get into like the final egg for Sonic, you got to get on that dumbass platform and get all the lights to light up, and that takes me about 10, 15 minutes every time I do it. I can never get it on the first try. It's fucking ridiculous. You have to traverse every area to get to certain places, which is absolutely horrendous for certain characters. Amy walks slow, so it's a frustrating thing. This is a bunch of small things. Whereas like everything's pretty consistent. Granted, Sonic Adventure 2 has some really annoying fucking levels. I think Rouge, I think gets some of the worst levels in the game overall. Like and Knuckles levels aren't anything to write home about either, but god damn it, Rouge. It's the pyramid area and it's pyramid, and then when it's the base where she has to find the keys. Like before because it's like detonating the bomb and shit. God, her levels. Most of Tails and Sonic's are fine, which means most of Shadows and Eggman's are fine. But Knuckles and Rouge have some of the worst levels in the game for varying different reasons. So that's my whole situation with that. I still like, but overall, I would still say I like 2 more than I like 1. And I already answered the first part of that question, I remember. Um, 3 guilty pleasures. Do you think Robin will get another good fight? And do you think the anime manga community overhyped, underrated any series? Yes, to the last one. Kill la Kill was overhyped. Sword Art Online was overhyped. Attack on Titan was overhyped. A Comic Got Kill was overhyped. The anime community will overhype anything they think is cool within the first 2 episodes. And then they'll talk about how trash it is. Attack on Titan is the only one that kind of survived. Almost everything else I mentioned fucking got burned in the long run. Kill la Kill seems to hover in between. I think Kill la Kill's overhyped. I think Kill la Kill's hype comes from Trigger. and because it's Gurren Lagann creators, man, Gurren Lagann beats the shit out of Kill la Kill in my opinion in every fucking way. Um, do I think Robin will get another good fight? Um, she needs to. Whether she gets one is debatable, but she fucking needs to. And they keep fucking with me because I want to see it, but they're not giving it to me. God, I hope it happens in this arc. God, I hope it happens. There's too many characters wandering around not to give her a good fight. I knew someone was gonna come out of the woodwork for that Attack on Titan, though. I knew people were gonna come out of the woodwork for the Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, I think, is the only one that maintained its popularity for the most part. The other ones I 100% believe are overhyped. And then 3 guilty pleasures. I don't know what that means in terms of shows or whatever. I'll take it in different tiers. A guilty pleasure. Oof. Guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure. Something that's bad, but I still enjoy it. Actually, we did this recently. Recently I watched the Lion King remake. That is a guilty pleasure in the sense of I knew that was gonna be bad, but I thought it would be it's a good movie to rip on. Because fuck the Lion King remake. So we'll throw that in there for the fuck of it. What else? I'm trying to think if we're talking anime. It's art, therefore it's subjective. I'm looking at overhypeness in the sense of giving a series so much praise and attention that I don't believe it deserved. And that's fair. Like Attack on Titan is the only one I would take back only because I personally haven't read a lot or watched a lot of it. Attack on Titan is just a show that is not for me, not necessarily a bad show. Kill la Kill, I think, is a bad show. A Kami Got Kill, I think, is a bad show. Um, there's a few shows that I think are legitimately bad. Attack on Titan is the only one I won't call a bad show because it just didn't click with me. Doesn't mean it was bad, and I haven't read the later arcs, so I don't know. It's kind of the reason why I don't put Berserk in there because Berserk, although it's talked about and praised a lot, I don't know. I didn't really watch interspecies reviewers like the full show, so I can't call it a guilty pleasure. That would imply I watched it thoroughly and enjoyed it. And also, in guilty pleasure means I think that it's bad. Objectively, I know it's bad, but I still enjoy watching it. I don't have a lot of shows I think are bad that I still enjoy watching, or a show that I don't like that I still enjoy watching. ReZero is another one of those shows that like just doesn't click with me. The anime made the action one of the best sequences. That's a whole nother thing. ReZero was just not a show that clicked with me either. Hakuna Matata. It's a wonderful phrase. Um, I probably would say dojins are kind of a bad or kind of a guilty pleasure. Meaning, I recognize a lot of the dojins are literally just like setups for sex, but I do generally enjoy some of the stories they have. I think they have realistically dojins in a lot of situations are just like romance slice of life shows with sex in them. That's literally all it is. But I recognize some of them are really dumb and stupid and ridiculous. Also, Japan will do anything and everything in those things, and man, some of that shit gets crazy. And then if I had to pick anything else, I'm trying to think of an anime show that I watch and I enjoy, but I recognize as bad. See, Sekirei, I like Sekirei. I guess Mahabaraho would be one of them. Mahabaraho, Mahabaraho is one of my first was my first harem series and has its problems innately, but I probably still enjoy watching it to a degree, partially due to the nostalgia. Actually, or Jungle Dioku is another anime like that, where it's a dumb like 3 to 4 episode OVA that I enjoy watching because it was one of the first etchies I watched. You can't actually prove the any art is bad upon your own feelings. That's not true because I'm also reviewing it as a show. We're talking about the plot. That's like saying I can't criticize any book or movie because oh, it's a form of art. That's not true. Bad shows exist. Shows that are inherently bad. Yeah, I'm saying you can prove everything's bad. Like I think a Comic Got Kill has terrible writing. I think Kill a Kill has dumb writing. I think some of the things in those shows don't make sense and contradict things the show tells you early on. But that's a personal. I recognize that's my opinion of it, but I think some people would agree with it being in terms of it being objectively bad. But I'm not trying to get into a full discussion about that. I don't care enough about those shows to really get into those rants again. Let's see. And then the last questions come from Deku Tree. What would game would work better as an animated series? There's a bunch of games that work good as animated series. Bayonetta can work as an animated series. Devil May Cry can work as an animated series. Hell, you could say fucking Last of Us. Oh no, you're saying work better, meaning the show. Pretty much any Sony IP. Heavenly Sword, Medieval, Sly Cooper, fucking Jack and Daxter, fucking. There's a bunch of IPs that can work better as animated series. What else? If you were in the Pokemon world, what would you be? Or what would be my role? Probably a gym leader, either a trainer or a gym leader. Those are like my two main things. And then, of course, the last thing he says is, "No, you don't have to answer all my questions in one episode. Just trying to give you some stuff for the episode. Hopefully, you find them interesting." Well, thank you, Deku Tree. I appreciate it. Puerto Rico, it got overhyped to take Bleach's spot, and then Big Three, and then it failed. Yeah, because Torrico doesn't have an interesting premise. Torrico's premise is not interesting, and it does some stuff with it. It just doesn't stick personally for me. Pokemon could work better as an anime. Yeah, that's true. Actually, it tried. It tries in its promotional material. Devil May Cry is a 12 episode anime. I did not know that. I feel like I should have known that, but I don't know that. Huh. That's good to know. Well, that is all the questions. And we've gone through my collection. I appreciate the donation, Sora-san. Last things I'll mention before we get out of here. Thank you guys for the love and support. Yeah, because 3 is supposed to be a prequel, if I remember correctly. But thank you guys for the support and love. I'll say these things again so people know who are still here. There's a join button where you get access to the emotes from Twitch, and then you also get access to the videos from Patreon. So if you want to join and support the channel on YouTube, that's the way to do it. Thank you in advance, but don't feel like you have to. You don't have to, just letting you know. What else? I'm probably gonna create a new channel that's specifically for gaming because, like I was saying early on, it seems like YouTube has essentially put my channel in a pigeonhole because of how it started. For those who don't know, this channel started with like episode reviews. Um, I know Bayonetta has one, but Bayonetta doesn't have like an anime series. Bayonetta has a movie that is like if I remember right, it's like a retelling of the first game. From what I remember, I didn't. It's been a minute since I've looked at it, but yeah. So I'm thinking about starting a new channel that's specifically just gaming because the channel started off with manga reviews and then had anime reviews and then just had solid discussions. This channel is an amalgamation channel, and I think modern YouTube doesn't know how to handle that. Do we get to vote on my future channel name? I mean, I don't care if you guys give suggestions. If you want to give suggestions for new channel names, you can do that. Like I said, we have a while before this happens. We have at least another few months. I want to finish this channel off on a 50th episode of another Manic episode, and that's when we'll do the husbando and waifu discussion. So if you want to be a part of the husbando waifu discussion video, message me on Discord in the chain. Freaky Gaming. Clocked It cannot be trusted. Clocked It cannot be trusted. Shantae's another one that should get one. And I think those are the main things. The join button, New channel in 10 weeks, so in the next 2.5 months. Support the channel if you want to. And yeah. And if you want to join the waifu discussion, there we go. Anywho, thanks for the watching. Thanks for the supporting. Catch us on, I think we're doing Juices Loose tomorrow. So catch my boy Clocked It there. Go subscribe to his channel because he's still here. Retro was here earlier. Support Retro on his YouTube channel. All their channels should be in the description still. I'm checking right now. Yeah, there are. So click the link in the description to go support Retro and Clocked It and everyone else in the Juices Loose podcast. Check us out on the Juices Loose tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for us to talk about something. There's not any real video game news to talk about, hence why I didn't bring it up. So we'll see what happens unless some news drops tomorrow. But with all that being said, yeah. I think that's everything. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the love. And I will see you all later. Peace. Oh, later days. Now I gotta go to the gym. There's nothing better than physically exhausting yourself in the middle of a group of people. Yay.